All right, so now a bit of a different one. I don't like the name. We are all going to die. I don't know. Don't like the name. But these guys, and let's just look here. I mean, there has been a drop recently. They're 2 weeks old, but they've done really well in creating a lure and a story. But yeah, definitely has come off the highs, um, for sure, for sure. But basically, what these are the guys that I'm sure you heard. These are the guys that burnt that mutant ape in their spaces, and people started burning their NFTs, sort of like a ritual. But they have got this really interesting narrative, and they've really been able to create a lure. It's a completely free mint CCO, no roadmap, no utility, no docs team. I don't think they intend on doxing the team at all. So definitely a higher risk play, but it has got a notable attention with them burning a mutant. Some people were happy, some people weren't, and they seem to have done it in the church, and they're setting the scene here, almost like a ritual sacrifice. They've hinted at burning a moonbird's next. So definitely getting a bit of goblin vibe here. They've got their own font, they're creating a story. Just from that perspective, it is a bit dark for me. But they've grabbed the bearish sentiment. They've been able to get their name out there with that burning of the mutant. Again, they were a free mint, so they don't owe anything to anyone. They do their Twitter Spaces. They are creating the story here. After they burnt that mutant, the floor price shot up. It went down initially, like for a few minutes, and then it shot up. And then also they put some cryptic message on their Twitter about we all gonna die. And literally as they posted it, their OpenSea was taken down for like 5 minutes. So people are speculating that shows a relationship with OpenSea. They must be, a notable team and whatever. So I don't believe that at all. I also know that OpenSea has been much quicker and much less strict in giving the blue check marks lately. So so this used to hold a lot more weight than it does. And they've been a lot quicker, to their credit. Once we're talking about OpenSea, I actually want to show you something that's so cool. If you haven't seen it yet, you can now do offers like you can on 𝔬𝔫𝔩𝔢, collection offers on the whole collection. So let's just say you're shopping for your Bored Ape, as we all do, right? And you don't want to spend 87 ETH. You only want to spend 75 Ethereum. So you go here, you say make a collection offer. All right. Everyone close your eyes, please. No looking. I want you to see my password. Okay. I hope it doesn't rag me. All right. So let's say you want to make an offer of 75 ETH. So you'd come in here. You put 75 Ethereum here. I definitely don't have that enough. So remember, you need WETH anyway, just so that you know, so you can convert it very easily in MetaMask. You can choose how long you want it to be there for. You can do 5 minutes if you want over here, or you can do a day or whatever you want, right? The other thing that's really cool that 𝔬𝔫𝔢𝔢 has said they're going to do, but they have not done yet, which OpenSea has done, is you can place an attribute offer. So it's very cool. It shows you the floor price of the attribute, the rarity. So if we go down to like rare traits, like I saw a 0.069 here, laser eyes, you can see the floor is 180 Ethereum. You could place an order for a collection offer for 100 and whatever Ethereum you want, only for laser eyes. So you go there, laser eyes, and you put your offer in, and it will only send offers out to the NFTs with that. So anyone that wasn't aware that you can now do this on OpenSea, it reminded me of that, and I thought it was a good thing to show you, especially in this market, because what's happening is a lot of people are getting scared every so often during a day, they see the floor price of their main project drop, and they end up saying, "Oh, it's going to go to zero, it's going to drop low, or whatever," and they're accepting offers a lot more than they were in a in a bull market. So definitely a good strategy. I would convert a bit of ETH into WETH and go on to the things you've been eyeing out and put in an offer. And you can always go here and see what the highest offer is from anyone else. So it will give you an idea. You just click on any of them and you have a look here. Okay, so there's someone who's put an offer of 81.02 probably across the board. So you can either undercut that a bit. Obviously, on a collection that sells more, has more sales, you can go a bit lower, or you can be aggressive and go 81.03 or whatever you want. But yeah, I mean, to think Bored Apes at the moment are the same price in US dollars as a mutant ape was in US dollars just before other deed launch. So in theory, you could have sold your mutant ape at 45 Ethereum. You could have converted that to USD. Ethereum was about at 3,300. You could have kept that in USD. And now, when it's 1,100, converted that USD to Ethereum, and you would have had about 85 Ethereum, somewhere around there, which is incredible to think. But I do think that this market has got a lot of lessons for all of us, me included. And that is never be shy to take profits. Never ever be shy. And I will be converting my ETH into USD when I do big sales going forward. I didn't do that, and I should have done that. Obviously hindsight is 2020. But I'm definitely going to be doing that. If I sell a big NFT, instead of keeping it in ETH, I'll be converting it into USDC. Keeping it in that, if I want to deploy that 2 weeks later, convert it back, yes, I could lose. ETH could go up in the time, but that's something that I will be doing. I will be taking profits more aggressively, and I will also be converting ETH to USDC when I'm holding a lot of ETH. So that's a few things that I've learned. Just a few. There's a lot. This isn't my first bear market. I was here last year, sort of July, August, around there, but it was not to this degree from my memory. Maybe I wasn't as invested in the space. I didn't have that many high-value NFTs, so I didn't feel it as much. But for me, this has been brutal. But you got to remember, when we up, we will go down. So when the floor price of a project is up, know that at some stage it will go down, even if it's Bored Ape Yacht Club. And if we down, like we are now, it will go up. That's how these markets work. And those swings in between create really good opportunities to make money. And when it's down like this, to buy a good blue chip, like anything in the RTKFT ecosystem, a World of Woman Galaxy, anything in the Bored Ape Yacht Club ecosystem, Adidas NFT, things like that really have long-term, you can now get at a quarter of the price that it was, because the ETH price is halved, and ETH is half the price, even more than half the price. So I do think that this is a good time to start, and it's not financial advice, but if you've been looking to get into a project, a good time to get into it. This might not be the absolute bottom, but 100% this is not the top. And when it triples in price and ETH triples in price and you're sitting with your NFT, you're not going to care if you paid 1 ETH for it or 1.2 ETH. You're going to be happy when it's worth 5 or 6 ETH. So that's how I'm looking at it. That's what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own thing, but that's what I'm looking at the moment.